Let's head to the voicemail of Truth and Reason. One of these fans talking about the Njoku contract.
Hey, Dave. This is Ronnie from West Virginia. My question is about Andrew Berry. Why would he sign Njoku to such a lucrative contract? The last time Njoku caught more than 36 passes that he had this past year was in 2018. He's averaged 350 yards receiving over the course of 5 seasons. Granted, one of those he was hurt most of it. I thought the Browns made a mistake when they franchised him. They doubled down on that mistake with this huge contract. Now, I realize it's a gamble to let him hit free agency, but Njoku said himself that at the end of last year he wanted to finish his career in Cleveland. Why not just allow him to go to free agency and see what his worth is and sign him then? I think they probably overpaid about $15 million for him. That's just my opinion. Love your work. Thank you.
As always, appreciate all the calls. Quincy, the thing I would say about Njoku is wait till you see Deshaun Watson. That's a guy who effectively uses tight ends. We've used the stat the last couple of shows, and we decided not to use it again. He's thrown 21 touchdown passes of his 104 career touchdown passes have come to tight ends. And they're not really marquee tight ends. David Njoku has the ability to have some big years with Deshaun Watson as a quarterback.
There's that. And also, I know if you look at accounting stats, right, you can make the argument that David Njoku has been underwhelming. If you look at his PER stats, right, his advanced numbers, he hasn't, right? If you look at some of his tape, right, he hasn't. And also, his receiving numbers aren't necessarily going to be the most important thing he does as a tight end. He also blocks. That's majorly what he's going to do as a tight end is block, especially now with Deshaun Watson. So that also matters too. And his blocking performance has definitively gone sky high. Like, he was one of the worst blocking tight ends in football. Now he's one of the better ones for the last couple of years here, right? He's not dropped the ball for the last couple of years. And you can make the argument that a lot of the reason he didn't have that production is because they had to get the ball to Austin Hooper, who was paid more money than him, right? And was the number one tight end and was the favorite target of Baker Mayfield. So when you add up all those factors, they have seen him in practice. They probably feel like really confident that, hey, once we get this guy more opportunities, he's going to produce more. And also, the way the contract is structured is that, hey, look, if David Njoku has a breakout year, you get him for $16 million next year. That's probably what he was going to go for in the free market, or a little bit less, right? Because I think that tight end number is about to explode. I know Mark Andrews is under a 4-year deal, but again, NFL deals are really 2-year deals. He's going to come up for a restructure soon here. So he's going to go up with his number. A lot of these tight ends are going to go up. Travis Kelce, I think he hits the market in a year or so. So that number is going to explode pretty soon here because a lot of these tight ends that have been having 1,500-yard seasons are about to come up soon. So that's about to come up here. And look, if David Njoku is flat terrible this year with the extended opportunity they have, they can get out of that contract if they really want to. If he is great, then they'll just stay in it, right? Like, this is a win-win for both sides. Whether David works out or not, I don't think there's a gigantic risk here because this contract has multiple outs. Like, at worst, you'll fill this contract for 2 years. But that's really it, outside of like the $5 million in void years that they have tacked on at the back of this thing, which kind of goes into the guarantees in this contract. So again, with David, it's not necessarily about my confidence that it's going to work out or not. I do think it's going to work out, but that's not where my non-issue with this contract is. My non-issue with this contract is that it's structured pretty safe in the case that happens, that they're not going to be stuck holding the bag paying David Njoku $15 million for 300 yards of production, right? Like, that's not how that contract is structured at all. And I think Browns and David Njoku's management were very smart to structure it in that way, because David also wants the freedom, if he does become a 1,500-yard guy in a couple of years, to get that 1,500-yard money, right? Like, he's also in a position to, in a couple of years, if he wants a new deal, he can get that.